Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and it is time to have a hefty discussion about Ripple and XRP. Most of y'all that are watching know that I give away $200 every single video that we do if we can hit 299 likes within 24 hours. So make sure you go ahead and press the like button right now, comment something down below, and make sure you have the notification bell on because that is all that you have to do to enter these giveaways. Today, guys, I have a couple of really controversial articles, a couple of really controversial opinions, but also in the end, I have a little bit of a question for you guys, and we're going to leave it off with an open end. So, all right, I'm going to give you my opinion, but you can still fill in your own as nothing is closed. First off here, already you can see from the title, this is some heavy stuff. If I put this as my own title, it is bound to get a lot of hate because, of course, it says XRP poised for a bull breakout. History says $12 is possible. I'm going to try to think of a title that has to do with this in some way, but still is not too positive because of what I have to say. Well, as we all know, every single prize video that we're going to be seeing right now, I'm trying to say article that we're going to be seeing right now, is based upon Peter Brandt's verdict. He said on Twitter, there's some chart evidence that XRP is bottoming against BTC. We actually went to check the charts in one of the live streams before, and looking at the XRP prices, and if you want to compare it with BTC, you can do it like this right here. Let's turn these off just for the sake of comparison. Let's only compare them to BTC. Then we can see right here that in terms of BTC, if it is already switched up, I do believe so, yes, they're doing relatively good. Again, we're talking about XRP here. They're doing relatively good, and there's a chance that really they have bottomed out. But all right, let's put that in the back of our heads for now. Let's read the article. This week was full of developments in terms of the launch of the XRP developer platform and the announcement of its members' support from the Binance Decentralized Exchange, BitPay, and Bitrue launching more XRP loans. By the way, Bitrue, guys, is another platform that I personally use. There's a link in the description below. Make sure you check it out. You can actually earn some money on your XRP, and it's definitely legit, so you can check it out. First link in the description, I think, and I personally use it as well. Also, guys, make sure you check out the Discord or the Facebook group or both. Samsung Pay also entered with Finabler, while AirPay partners with Insta, Remit, and GateHub joins hands with Coil. Ripple-powered MoneyTap also added 2 new banks, and Daiwa Securities Group Inc. and Sumitomo Mitsui Trust Bank. That took the total tally to 30. And that's no joke, guys. 30, that's a lot. Despite all these developments and more, the third largest crypto is currently worth just about a quarter. At the time of writing, XRP was trading at 25.4 cents, which held as support for quite a long while. Then we broke below it, and then we thought it might act as new resistance. At first, it didn't look too much like it, but now, whilst we're hovering around 25.3 cents, the signs are quite clear that it is acting as a resistance now, with 24 hours loss of just 0.2% as per Coin Codex. Well, right now, we're actually in profits, even though these guys are versus BTC. The vert is still pretty obvious. Let's put these two or these 4 on so you can always see compared to US dollar compared to BTC. However, in the past year, XRP has lost over 50% of its value while it's still down more than 92% from its all-time high of 350. However, things might turn for the digital asset after all. For starters, XRP is bottoming against Bitcoin. And you can see here these 2 analysts, Peter Brandt, who's definitely a legit analyst and definitely has proven himself in the space. Everybody thought he was sarcastic, but still he's with the same verdict. And analyst Galaxy, I think his name is Galaxy BTC on Twitter. He also had this analysis here. This one is wait, let's actually see. This one is Bitstamp, I believe, right? XP to BTC. Yeah, this is Bitstamp XP to BTC on a daily, and this is Bittrex, doesn't really matter what exchange it is, XP to BTC on a weekly. So again, on a daily, Peter Brandt says it's lining up. Weekly, Galaxy BTC says it's lining up because MACD is turning bullish here again, and here I don't completely know exactly what he is predicting. I guess it just follows the trend here, and we're going to break out. The MACD indicator is used for trend following and gouging momentum. It shows the relationship between 2 moving averages of an asset's price, which is calculated by subtracting the 26-period exponential moving average EMA from the 12-period EMA. As a result, we get the new MACD line. Yes, it is one line. on plotting the signal line, the 9-day EMA of the MACD on top of the MACD line. So that's always the case here. There's two lines and only one of them is the MACD, which I found pretty interesting when I first started trading. It functions as a trigger for buy and sell signals. When the MACD falls below the signal line, and let me just show you guys here so you guys can see, it is a bearish signal and time to sell. And when the MACD rises above the line, it is a bullish signal, which has just happened now. Crossover provide confirmation to the prevailing trend. About the current XRP trend, Galaxy says, every bullish MACD crossover on the weekly chart was followed by significant price increases. During such crossovers, the lowest gain XRP saw was around 170%, and the best was about 4,600%. This means XRP could go to about $12, right? Or if it only gets 170%, around 70 or 69 cents. This would increase the XRP's market cap to over $500 billion, surpassing that of Bitcoin's, which is currently around $145 billion. And become the possible leading cryptocurrency if BTC remains stable. Is it possible? Although it seems unlikely, XRP has such a percentage of gains in the past. Now it remains to be seen if the XRP price can jump to 2 digital futures. Now, why is this so controversial? First of all, because we're talking about I wouldn't say exponential growth, but at first we're talking about major surges. We're talking about a bullish breakout. We're talking about high amounts of dollars. We're talking about high market cap. And first off, why it is kind of controversial is because we're talking about market cap, right? We're talking about market cap here hitting 500 billion. Is that possible? Well, to my personal opinion, it is definitely possible. I've explained in the live stream briefly why I say market cap does not matter, because to me, it is just valuation of price times the amount of coins. We can already see here, there's a pretty big difference between this market cap and this market cap here. Does it really matter in the end though? No. The only time that people start to wonder about whether it can happen or not is when we're talking about a broader sense. So for example, if XRP were to hit a market cap of 10 trillion, so 1,000 times more than it is right now, that's when people start to wonder and ask questions. Why is that? Because they're talking about global wealth. They're talking about it is not possible to accumulate that much money. It's not possible this, that. But all my replies to these statements is always exactly as follows. You should look up how global wealth is determined. What is it? What is it built upon? Because in theory, right, following your own words, it cannot exceed global wealth, right? Or something like that. I see a lot of these different opinions all the time, just here and there, explaining why XRP can't go to X amount of dollars. What I like to give as an example, and I know there's a couple of restrictions for this, but it's just kind of an intuitive example of why global wealth in this sense is not really a cap for anything. For example, and again, guys, take this with a grain of salt, is just to give a little bit of an example. It does not really work out too well in the real life. For example here, the price of a coin, let's call it XRP2, is 25 cents, right? This coin has only one coin. They only have one coin and it is valued at 25 cents. If we arrange an agreement that everybody validates this coin is worth 25 cents and the company above it decides to build another 100 billion in total, or let's say 43 billion, and everybody agreed to still be able to buy and sell it at 25 cents, you've already increased your global wealth to that point right there. And now I'm saying take it with a grain of salt because there's a couple of restrictions that apply. For example, you also have to give out these coins, for example, because otherwise people are going to have to buy it and the price is going to fluctuate a lot because people are going to have to spend money they already had. But in this case, it is about money that is completely new, appeared out of thin air because these tokens got given to people and they just go up in value. Now, one thing that's most likely going to happen is some huge inflation, right? Where again, everything becomes more expensive, yada, yada, yada. And that's the bigger economic theory behind it. But I wanted to keep it simple and explain to you guys that global wealth will always keep, or almost always keep increasing. And there's really no cap for all these coins as they can just put it up higher. In a general market, though, there's always a bid and ask, so people are going to have to pay what the price is going to go up. But with these digital assets, it works a little bit funny, a little bit differently, because, again, coins get created as well. And in theory, it takes work and money to create the coins as well. But let's say that the value created is worth more than the value given to create it. So, for example, with BTC, the mining reward is higher than the mining and time, whatever it took in total. Then you're also creating new wealth. You're creating new money out of thin air, sort of. You're creating profit from no other person's wallet, so to speak. That's why I never see market cap as an issue. And that's again why I called that the first kind of controversial topic. Second one is about prices hitting double digits for XRP. Why it's always so controversial is because people see it in a not even foreseeable future, right? Because in theory now, we're going to go to times 4, right? That's $40 billion market cap and then $1, and then times 12. So that's times 48 that we have to go in total. 500 billion market cap. People are like, no, right? Let's first go to 50 cents, right? And then we're going to look further. Let's first look at $1, then we're going to look further. And I understand that opinion so well. Even I have sometimes thought like, okay, right, we're talking about these huge prices, we're talking about these huge moves, but let's first see these smaller moves, right? And let's first see this, that. But then something in my head switches. Every time I have that thought, something in my head switches. Like, it's not about these small movements, as these small movements can occur any single day. Cool. But in the end, it's about those huge surges. It's about really the market that we're in. It's about these major moves that are there. If we're only worrying about going to 50 cents, it could be that we go to 50 cents and back down again. No, we're looking broader than that. We want a huge rally, a couple of lasting days. And that's also why this analyst Galaxy BTC's analysis is so cool, because he predicts here that because of the MACDs crossing, or I guess MACD and the 9 EMA crossing over here, or MACD turning bullish, is so huge and so positive, is because look at these gains that they've made, right? The smallest increase it made was 170%, most likely. I'm assuming this one right here, frick if I know which one is the smallest. You can calculate it yourself. Maybe he means even a different one. And the biggest one, most likely this one, 4,600%. I don't really know how that rules out unless he used it logarithmically. I can't zoom in. I can't see anything though. So I don't know exactly which one would be 170, which one 4,600. Maybe 4,600 was actually in the past here, because it went from really dirt cheap to really quite high in the beginning of 2017. But yeah. You guys get the idea, though, that these things are really where it becomes exciting, because, we can discuss about what's going to happen to the price at points like this right here, where I'm pointing towards, where the price is not looking that juicy. But it's more so about these major catalysts that could change the price forever. They could change the price for everybody and bring a whole new market, bring whole new conditions, bring whole new terms, bring whole new everything, is when it really becomes quite exciting and interesting. And these other points are pretty cool, pretty, neato, buddy. But in the end, it's not really what matters. And that's, again, why it's controversial, because some people might say, look for these shorter or lower prices first. But I'm going to say, no, look at it from a different perspective. Look at when it's really going to matter. Look at when we really are going to make some influence, instead of just looking at these smaller increases. Because 50 cents is going to make me happy. Yeah, we doubled our money once more. But still, in the end, it's just a small piece of the puzzle, right? We're still going to go a lot further. XRP's restricted price may notice a boost with breach of ascending triangle. Now, following the trend that we're doing here, we're talking about the price anyway, so I thought, you know what? Let me put one of these in here as well. XRP's price was restricted between 26 and 24 cents in light of various developments that occurred in its ecosystem. Well, we've just discussed about what these things are, and let's quickly read. No, I think the conclusion is going to work out here. This is so short term, 1 hour and 4 hour. It does not really matter too much for us. Honestly speaking, guys, it's not going to matter too much for y'all, as, again, I just concluded here, we're more so interested about the major moves instead of the smaller ones. These ones we also have drawn in our personal charts on stream before, so it's not too crazy, nothing fancy here. A bullish wave may hit the XRP market as the formation of an ascending triangle is underway. It's pretty interesting, right? While according to the 4-hour chart of XRP, a bullish breakout in the bearish market may be taking place, as the current resistance of XRP was marked at 26 cents and support was strong at about 23.6 cents, with the asset being valued at 25.37. That's a pretty good one. Pretty good, pretty close to. Also, I just wanted to mention again, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, and make sure you press the like button if you're watching this far. My Twitter is TheDustyBC, and I'm posting a lot of cool tweets on here. I sometimes do some small XRP giveaways, and I'm just trying my thing, guys, so make sure you go ahead and follow me on there. XRP Crypto Wolf, oh, I forgot to follow you, buddy. He actually sends me tweets every now and then about crypto news, and in this case, he came up with a couple of really interesting things. He came up with Liechtenstein approves blockchain act to improve investors' protection, combat AML, and establish regulatory clarity. The new law will enter into force on January 1st of 2020. Liechtenstein. I really like to pronounce that on his German, right? Like Liechtenstein. Does not really come off nicely. It rolls nicely, man. Liechtenstein will be the first country to have regulatory clarity for the token economy. You try it though. Liechtenstein. Can you do the ch? Like in Dutch and German, you also have like those strange characters, and a lot of Americans or English people have a difficulty with pronouncing. I like it. I like being privileged in that sense. Yes. Well, but why I'm actually pointing this up is, first of all, because it'll be the first country to have regulatory clarity for the token economy. That's one. I don't completely know if it's... Yeah. I mean, let's take it as first, yes. But also, I don't know if you guys remember, but if you remember BG123, Bearable Guy 123, you also most likely remember our stories of Liechtenstein. If you don't, too bad for you, man, because I'm not going to repeat it, but it was definitely quite an interesting time. I'm looking Liechtenstein XRP. I think you'll definitely find a lot of videos here. Yeah, you can see DAI, the Liechtenstein Ripple XRP exit strategy. I will see Ripple XRP holders in Liechtenstein, and Vace Morte, or whatever his name is, says, see you in Liechtenstein celebrating the MCs of the XRP, yada, yada, yada. Cointelegraph, oh, that's from today. But a lot of people were talking about Liechtenstein in that time, so a little bit in the midst of 2018, a little bit towards the end, I guess exactly 1 year ago, which is pretty interesting to see how that lines up, because it's also October 2018. Yeah, just find it funny to see how we still might end up in Liechtenstein like was predicted a year ago. Leonidas Hadjiloizu, I'm still having difficulty pronounce that, but he's still putting in the work. He again went to Twitter to... I mean, he's always stating all of the news, right? He also has his website, XRP Arcade, but he went on Twitter to say again, event added on XRP Arcade, or RP, or whatever. Luis Antonio Sacco will be speaking at the FutureCom conference in Sao Paulo on October 29th. Is it possible to create a global payment network through blockchain? Pretty cool question, pretty interesting topic. It's going to be only a half an hour of a talk, but I'm wondering if there's more live streams we can actually... live stream about, or more live streams we can show, because if you check this website out, the arcade with all of its events, you'll see there's tons of events from Ripple or XRP or related that are out there, but in the end, not that many people are showcasing them, and I'm trying to find them whilst they're live, or trying to find more info about them, but what I mostly find is that there's either nobody filming them, or you'll just see a small recap in words a couple of days later, but in the end, not really filmed. So if you're ever going to one of these cons, make sure you request, or I guess you should request, to film it right there, so we can actually enjoy the fun as well. Because a talk like this, I think would be pretty interesting to see as well. Maybe it's gonna get live streamed though. Maybe they're gonna give a full transcript at the end. Who knows? But again, guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter, TheDustTBC, and yeah. Now to conclude here, why I think this was so controversial and why I think this is such a heavy topic for me to talk about, and why I think it's worth discussion, is because I have a question. Do you think price predictions of XRP hurt the price? That's number one of my questions. 2, all right, so you can note them all down. I have not noted them down. So 1 is that. 2 is, do you think Ripple is manipulating the price in any way? If yes, in what way? And also maybe if you think it's negative or positive, how they're influencing, that would also be kind of cool to see about that. Do you believe, that's number 3, question number 3, do you believe in XRP riddles at all? You know, do you actually take them as value? Do you think they're cool, fun? Do they have any added value, or are they completely used as just a waste of air? Let me know about that one as well. And then in the end, the most exciting to me and the most strange question I could ask you is, what do you think the XP price is going to be at the end of this year? I know, guys, you don't have to guess that well. You just gotta put out a prediction here, and then at the end of 2019, we're gonna look back at this video and just take a little bit of look of at what people guessed, you know, and then take a look at who had it right. Because in the end, it does not matter too much, right? Nobody knows the future. There's a ton of things that can happen. We have Swell that's coming up in November here. That's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a huge factor in the space here, and so in the end, nobody knows. And that's what makes it so fun. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. It's all just a guessing game. We're all in this together. We're all hoping for the most amount of gains. I personally asked on Twitter as well, kind of a hypothetical question. What would you do if BTC were to fall to $1,000 or if XRP were to fall to 1 cent again, would you be buying like a madman or seek your way to the door and forget about crypto altogether? Comment what you would do. And a lot of people responded. CryptoBug said, I would fill my bag to the brim with both. Darren Rick says, you know, like me when it happens, completely full with all of his all of his bags. General Crypto Hodl says, yo, you have no idea, man. I would FOMO. Somebody else says, Crypto Blondie says, I would love for that to happen for BTC 1K and XP at 1 cent, but you and me know that is never going to happen. If it happened, I would certainly buy more, simple as that. Mary Avarello says, hope not happened, but if it is, I will buy XRP, hey. BTC still high, haha, can't afford. Okay. I didn't want to go into one of these comments, but this is a very big misconception, all right? So many people talk about this, and again, it's fun, but why I'm so triggered now? It's because yesterday in our live stream we also discussed about if XRP could become the #1 coin, right? And I told you guys, like, Brad Garlinghouse, for example, says they can work together pretty fine, and in the end, there's no real need for XRP to come at the top. Why I think a lot of people are buying XRP over Bitcoin, though, is because they think Bitcoin is too expensive. And then I explained also the theory about every coin being worth the same amount of money. It doesn't really matter what the price of a coin is, it's about the total, right? The price times the circulation amount of coins. And in this case, you can see it again that some people still are not into Bitcoin just because they think it's too expensive or they think, oh, it's too high up or anything like that. But in the end, you can just buy the smallest amount of Bitcoin that you want, right? If you want 1 cent of Bitcoin, you can, right? You can go ahead and do that. So I don't really get those types of questions, but I see them a lot, or those type of statements. Tony M says, buy. Crypto Johnny says, first I cry, then I get over it and bye. Arnold says, it will never happen. Why does everybody say will never happened? Hope not happened. Why does everybody say like that? I don't know. Yeah, will never happen, but buy more. Maybe BTC, not XRP. I would be buying as much as I can. I would sell my car, house, wife, kids to buy more. I like that one. Buy. I'm going for broke with XRP if that happened, lol. The biggest risks potentially are the biggest rewards. That's true. I would buy discount coins. That's definitely true as well. I like that one. Don't put out there in the universe, bro. He will be running away. I don't completely know what it is, but I saw it was a GIF, you know, and not that many people comment GIFs. This one was also kind of funny, so I thought I should like it. Here, XP Astro says, I would buy like there's no tomorrow. Well, guys, that was it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you press the like button, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and enjoy your Sunday.